friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Holly, and I hope that everyone's doing well today. Today I'm going to share a recipe for cozy chicken and dumplings. And I found the recipe on the Tasty website, and I will link that below so that way you can get the recipe and the directions. And it also shows how to make the dumplings. But for the first part, you will need 1 cup of diced onions and 1 cup of sliced carrots, 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast, and you want to cut those into cubes. You will need 6 cups of chicken broth, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 tablespoons of fresh parsley, a half a teaspoon of dried thyme, and 2 bay leaves, 3 garlic cloves minced, 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And for the dumplings, you will need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/3 cup of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. You will also need 1 1/2 cups of frozen sweet peas. In a 6-quart pot, you want to heat 2 tablespoons of oil and then add your chicken, and you want to cook this until it's brown on all sides. And once the chicken is brown, then take it out of the pot and set it aside. I added just a little bit of olive oil to the pan, and then I added the carrots and the onions, and you want to cook that until it's tender, about 3 minutes. And I cooked mine just a little bit longer so the carrots would just be a little bit more tender than they would be at 3 minutes. And then add your minced garlic, and you want to cook that for another minute until it becomes fragrant. And just make sure you stir it in well and don't let it burn. Now add your unsalted butter, and I cube those up into little pieces just so that way it would be easier to melt. And you want to just mix that in. Now add your flour, and you're sort of making a roux, and you want to just coat those carrots and onions with that, and just make sure to incorporate it well so it doesn't get clumpy and that flour cooks in. Now add your chicken back to the pan, and any juices that were there, just add all of that back in, and you want to coat the chicken with that mixture. Now add the chicken broth, now once you've added that, add your cream and just mix it well. You want to fully incorporate all these ingredients. Add your 2 bay leaves and your thyme. And remember to remove the bay leaves once your dish is completely cooked and you're ready to serve. Then add 1 teaspoon of salt. The recipe didn't show to do that, but it does say to add salt, so that's when I added it. And then I just stirred everything well, and then added the frozen peas. Now once you get to this part, you will cover this, and you will cook this for about 15 minutes, and you want that to simmer. Now in the meantime, to make the dumplings, you will add your seasoning to the flour, and I just mix up the baking powder and the salt and pepper, and whisk it well so that way it fully gets incorporated with the flour. Then add your heavy cream, and I start mixing it with a spatula, and then once it gets thick, then I start to just use my hand to bind it together. And once it becomes a dough-like consistency, Then I take a ice cream scoop, and you want these to be about 1 inch in diameter or so, and this will make about 14 to 16 dumplings. And when I made it, it made 15. So all you do is just roll these into little dumpling balls, and that is it with that. Now carefully put them into the liquid mixture and try not to have them stick to each other, so separate where you're putting them. Then add your parsley on top, and then you will cover this again and simmer it for 15 minutes. And once it's 15 minutes is up, just make sure the dumplings are cooked. And this is what it looks like when it's done, and it really is a delicious meal. I do wish that I could have made this like my husband's grandmother did, but unfortunately we don't have a recipe from her, so I'm using this one, and I think this one turned out really good. He enjoyed it, so it's a thumbs up on his part and on mine. So it is a really nice meal, and it's great for the winter time. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell. That will notify you when I post new videos. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a blessed week. God bless.